19th of October, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi, Noach. Okay.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, let's go.
All right, according to my note, we're up to Kaf Aleph. That sound right?
Just let me double check. Yeah, Pasuk Chof Aleph, correct.
V'tar kach lecha mikol ma'achol asher ye'achel v'asafta elecha v'haya lecha v'lahem le'achla.
Right.
Okay, so and you take for yourself from all food that is eaten and gather it to yourself, and it should be for you and for them to eat.
Right.
Okay. Now Rashi, let's see, is there a Rashi on 21? No, there's no Rashi. So I'll go on to 22.
Right.
Vayas Noach kechol asher tziva oso Elokim kain asa. And Noach did according to everything that was commanded him by God. Thus he did.
Oh, he did, yeah.
All right, now there is a Rashi. Vayas Noach ze binyan hateva. This is the building of the ark.
Now, what is Rashi saying over here?
That's funny that Rashi says that, because it explicitly says that he should get the food and gather it in.
Gather all the animals.
Right. So why is it saying he did everything, and Rashi says it's just referring to the building of the ark?
Because the next psukim are going to say, "Ayem Hashem leNoach bo yatov b'chol Yisrael hateva," and then he tells him, "Mikol habehema atayot tikach lechol shiva ish v'ishtoi min habehema asher lo torah shnayim ish v'ishtoi." So all the other aspects are going to be mentioned separately.
Not all.
What else is there?
Food.
Where does he mention
the whole
the
point
food?
of Pasuk 21 is gather the food.
So why doesn't it refer to that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And for that matter, if you look at 20, it talks about animals.
By the way, it's interesting. It sounds like that originally at the beginning of the 120 years, because it took Noach 120 years to build the teva.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right. And it sounds that at the beginning, right at the beginning, he told him, I've got a whole plan over here. Rosh Baruch Hu told him, and And he told him already then what it says in Parsha Yutes, in Kol Achayim Mikol Basar Shneim Kol Tavir La Tavir La Chayis Ito, L'chol Nekeva Yu, and Pasuk 20 and Pasuk 21. He told
Right.
him all that originally at the beginning of the 120 years.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, how do you know it's the beginning of the 120 years?
Sorry?
17 says, I'm about to bring the flood. So it's not, why do you say it's the beginning of the 120 years?
You see, because when was Yud Dalet told to him?
Yud Dalet said that's the beginning of the 120 years. Is to make the ark, and it says well, I don't know. In 17 it says I'm about to bring the flood. That implies it's the end of the 20 years.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, I don't know. Which even makes it more surprising why Rashi mentions this. You see, Pashas Vayasnach, everything that Kodesh Baruch Hu told him,
Yeah.
without distinction.
Yeah, I have a footnote that says that it doesn't refer to entering the ark, because that had not been commanded. But that doesn't help us with our problem.
Right. And the Pasuk Chof Aleph, so the question is, was he buying at El Sha'ad for 120 years, or was he only buying for El Sha'ad for just at the end?
Well,
Understand?
it
Was he
has
hoarding?
it has to be the whole 120. He's not gonna go out to the corner store in the middle of the flood.
No, that's for sure. He's got to buy it before he goes into the table. No, the question is, was this hoarding of the food, yes, done over 120 years, or was it only done at the end?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Well, wouldn't we assume it's at the end because food's not going to keep for that long?
Right. Yeah, but Rashi says, in Pasuk Yudches, Bris hayatzorach ala peirish lo yirkavu v'yapshu. So it sounds like the bris could well have been over the whole 120 years. I don't know.
Yeah, but it could be the other way. It could be just for the time on the ark. I mean, still he was on the ark for
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah, I mean, there you needed it as well, correct?
Right. But it says that he also needed a bracha. I'm sorry, he needed a bris so the wicked would not kill him.
Right.
So that implies that it was at the beginning of the 120 years.
Meaning he needed that bris spread over the whole 120 years.
Right, because that was the period of time during which the wicked might have killed him.
Right. Mind you, they could have just well also wanted to kill him, and it's mashma from Rashi that they did when he went into the ark.
Right, they tried to stop him.
Right. Okay, I don't know. That means remains to be resolved. But there's also a question on the Rashi here.
Right.
Why Rashi says binyan hateva. Okay, I don't know. We'll have to tzarech iyun. Okay, let's go on to the next pasuk. Maya, are you here with us?
Yes.
Right. Let's go on to pasuk. Chapter Zayin.
Zion. Okay. So it says, let's see. Vayomer Hashem leNoach, bo ata b'chol beitcha el hateva ki otecha ra'iti tzadik lefanai b'dur hazeh. Okay, so Hashem said to Noach, let's see, come, you should come and your household to the Teva, the ark, because I saw righteousness.
You I have seen to be a righteous person before me in this generation.
Uh-huh.
Oischa, it's like even though it's the object, but it's put first because it's the emphasis. Ki oischa ra'isi tzadik lefonai b'der hazeh. You I have seen to be a tzaddik before me in this generation, but nobody else.
Uh-huh. Okay. Someone said to me this morning that if you reverse the letters of Noach, you get. He said that what's Chain is like charm or.
Well, we have that in the if you learn the last pasuk of Parsha's Bereshis, last week's Parsha.
Okay. That's where it was. Maybe that's where it was from.
It says, "V'noach matzo chen b'nei Hashem."
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so the Rashi on Pasuk Aleph is Ra'iti Tzadik. I've seen to be righteous. Okay. Below Ne'emar, it did not say Tzadik Tamim, a righteous man, perfect.
Perfect righteous man.
A perfect righteous man. Mikan, from here, Sheomrim, we say, Miktzat Shivcho Shel Adam B'fanav. So let's see. We say part of a person's
praise a person
is in his presence. Oh, before him. Okay. V'chulo Shelo B'fanav. And all of it when not in his presence.
Right.
Oh, so you only praise him a little bit when you're with him. But when you're not with him, with your other people, let's say, you can give him sort of a higher amount of praise. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Very interesting.
So when giving a praise to somebody, don't mention his entire praise in front of him.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Let's see next pasuk base.
Mikol ha-behema ha-tahora tikach lecha Shiva, Ish, V'ishto, Umin ha-behema asher lo tahora, he shnayim ish v'ishto. From all of the animals that are tahor, take for yourself seven husbands and seven husbands and wives, and from
each in other words, 7 pairs.
right, but it says ish for ishto, which is funny. It should say zakar v'nekeba.
Yeah.
These are not people, these are animals.
That it could be, if it says Zach and Akeba, it could be there wasn't necessarily a point made of making sure that they are each one with his mate.
Right.
You understand? And Rashi mentioned before that the Teva only accepted those who were only those who accepted those who were fitting to be in there. In other words, there had to be a certain level of holiness, I guess, to be in the Teva. And if they had mated with a different species anyway, Chayra Pashtas, then they weren't fitting to go into the Teva.
Umin ha-behema asher lo tahora, and from the animals that are not tahor, 2 in mated pairs. All right, Rashi says ha-tahora, ha-sida lios tahora, that which is destined to be tahor. Yisrael, for Israel.
Yeah, because right now, Rashi said, "What do you mean it's pure? What nafkamina is that applied to?" Because first of all, nobody could eat meat right now. They were forbidden to eat meat. So there wasn't enough kamina whether yes or no.
But they were not forbidden to make sacrifices. Noah makes sacrifices of some of those animals, and he only uses the tahor ones.
Right. You mean actually you're saying a good point. Even though they couldn't eat that from them, you want to say it's enough gemina where Noah could bring karbonis.
Right.
In other words, the term tahira is referring to the fact that they could offer karbonis from them, as we see later.
Right.
That's an interesting point. Rashi seems to imply
especially because it uses the word tahor rather than kosher.
Yeah, but you never find that later as well. The only time you've heard the word tahira is with a reference to eating it.
But that's funny because it's more appropriate to say that an animal that's being made a korban is tahor than to say that it's that an animal that's going to be eaten is tahor.
That's what I'm pointing out to you. In Parsha Shmini, when it's referring to whether what's allowed to be eaten or not, it calls them Torah and Tomei.
No, I I understand that. I'm just pointing out that
You know, I'm saying, you know, you'd
God.
expect the right. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know.
Lamadnu, we have learned Shelamad Noach Torah, that Noach learned Torah. Because he had to know which were the ones were Tahor. Shiv'ah, 7 by 7. Kedei she yakriv mehem karban, so that he can bring an offering from them, b'tzeso, upon his exit from the ark.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Gimel.
Did we finish? Oh, we did this Rashi. Shiva Kadesh Yaakov and Korban B'Tzeise. Mashiach for Korbanos when he left. It's interesting. By the way, there's a discussion among the Meforshim. There's a discussion among the Meforshim whether 7 pairs or 7 or just 7 altogether. The
Oh,
implication of the pasuk over here sounds like Shiva Ish ve'ishto. Sounds like there were 7 times a man and wife.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a footnote that talks about that. It says that the one opinion says there were 4 males and 3 females.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
really?
Bereshis Rabbah says there were 7 pairs.
Right. That is Pashtus what the Rashi means. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go on. Yeah, let's go into Pasuk base.
Gimel.
Gimel.
Gimel, sorry, Pasuk Gimel.
Yes. Okay, it says, Gam me'of hashamayim, Shiva, Zachar unekeva, L'chayot, Zera al Pnei kol haaretz. So also from the birds of the heavens, I guess. Wow. 7 by 7, male and female, chayot, to keep them alive. Oh no, for their seed to keep them alive, I guess. Al Pnei, on the face of the earth.
So it's interesting. It says Zachar bin Nekeva here.
Yes, I think. Right. Gabe the animals, it says Ish ve'ishto. And Gabe the birds, Zocha nekeva.
And you can't say because they don't mate, because there are birds that where the male bird actually sits on the nest.
Right.
Hmm.
What is interesting is that what I want to point out over here. Yes, that by the dove, the yoina. Yes, it says that the special attribute of the yoina is that the both the male and the female will only mate with each other, with nobody else.
Uh-huh.
So it's interesting because Lamaisa by birds, these how they reproduce is not in the regular same way as that mammals reproduce.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I have no idea. How do birds mate?
I believe it's the same as mammals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think so. I mean, they have eggs instead of live birds, but
Being
No,
pregnant.
Yeah.
because
somehow.
the egg develops outside the mother rather than inside the mother.
right.
the-
Well, to a certain extent. But
Yeah, I'm saying.
the fertilization process is the same, I believe.
Yeah. But it says that the dove is unique in that it's so it could be there's no concept of, or less of a concept of how do you call it?
Fidelity?
Marital faithfulness among birds than there is among animals.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Okay,
okay. So Rashi has one comment here. Gam me'ov hashamayim v'gomer. So from the birds of the heaven. Okay. The Tahorim Akatub Midaber Vilamad Satum Min Hamiforash. He says, let's see, the pasuk speaks of Tahorim, pure ones. Vilamad, and it's learned. Stumin Hamiforash.
right. No, it's here where it's written ambiguously. It just says Shiva Shiva Zochen Akeva. Right, it just says 7-7.
Right. Oh,
It doesn't say qualified dafka from the Torah. So Rashi says that here we're referring to Tahorim. The Tahorim are costing the dafka.
oh, okay.
Because we see that by animals, it was only the 7-7 was only kosher animals. Tahorim. So therefore, when it says over here, Gamay Fashmam Shiva Shiva Zochen Akeva, that's also referring to only kosher birds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay.
Fine. Okay, let's go on. Shall we stop here? I think we will stop here, right?
Yeah, it's 1:30.
Yeah, it's one thing. Okay, let's stop here. Pasuk, we got up to Pasuk Dalit. Great.
All right,
Fine.
Rabbi. Thank you. Have a good Shabbos.
Great. Good Shabbos. You too.
Okay. Good Shabbos.
Right.
Got up to Dalit. Okay, be well, Lou.
All right, you too, Mayor.
Thank you.